Welcome everyone to another Fireside Cast. I am Shears. I'm joined today by Fleskore as my co-caster and Dr. Underscore on production. And tonight we are covering Invite Week 4A froyotech versus 3D3M. Should be an exciting match. Fleskore, do you want to take us down the current Froyo roster?
Oh yeah, of course. So for the current Froyo roster, this team really needs no introduction. We do have May as the medic, Banny back on demo after so long of being scout and soldier. We have Sin and Donovan as our soldiers for tonight, and we have Sandblast and Yum Yum as our scouts.
And
Uh, For
on
the
this
roster on 3D3M, we should have Mopsy as the opposing medic, Bati as the opposing demo, Walrex and Paul Dog as the soldiers, and Rakuso and Rafame as the scouts.
Excellent. Well, honestly, I'm excited for this match. While the records show Froyo at 6-1 and 3D3M, appropriately at 3 wins, 3 losses, I think this match is going to be close. Froyotech has been looking, dare I say, a little bit weak recently. Just last night on Metalworks, actually, they almost fell to the Covenant. They had to bring it back to a 4-3 game ultimately, going all the way into extra time there with this current progressive rule set. So I think 3M have a real shot here. They've had a harder schedule so far, and they've been impressing me. Paul Dog has been really deadly on those bombs in particular. So looking forward to this.
Yeah, I definitely do think it'll be really interesting, especially on Sunshine. Like it could just be that this current lineup of Froyo is kind of weak on Metalworks. I do know that Sunshine does bring out different strengths. The scouts are going to feel a lot more comfortable here. Plus, also soldiers do have some good avenues of bombing. Of course, you do have the fast rollout. You do have all of Alley that does provide quite a significant amount of high bombs or just interesting sneaky flanks that could happen. I know Bandy's a really crafty demo, and he's also incredibly smart. Obviously being one of the staples of competitive TF2 since its very beginning. So I'm actually really interested just to see if there's any sneaky traps or if he's just gonna pure raw game sense.
I remember
The other
the
demo.
I remember the Banny trap on Granary. How can you forget
hmm
that play?
that play, it echoes in my mind every single time. Every single time I see Banny on demo, I'm just like, this guy. He's incredibly smart and crafty, and it goes to show how dedicated he is. Considering, we hardly ever saw the trap being used beforehand, if at all. And he was just ready and pulled it out in a match in a very important, crucial moment. But just as crucial as that's going to be, we are going to be heading into the first mid here.
Ooh. You want to take away the rollout here, Fleskore?
Sounds good to me. So it looks like we're just gonna looks like both of the demos are gonna be here a little bit. Bandy's gonna get there a little bit earlier. We actually do see Donovan getting high ground instantly, getting some nice good spam rockets, but looks like
Here
they're gonna
come
be
the blue
meeting them.
soldiers.
Baldock's gonna be going down. Mopsy actually gets a kill on Donovan, but Bandy's gonna be trading off Walrex instantly, and Mopsy's also gonna go down to Sin. It's not looking too great. It's all up to Rafame here, but looks like they're gonna be conceding here, and it's gonna be a dominant Froyo victory.
Yeah, they sick their soldiers straight onto Mopsy, and Mopsy did a good job surfing away, but could not live deep in their own valley. And Froyo just mopped up from there, took advantage of the team being spread out, and they stuck together.
Yeah, really well done. We do see a little bit of a sniper here, trying to see if there could be a possible, force or maybe just a pick if someone's overextending. But looks like that's not going to matter at all. They're going to be Ubering straight from lower. We do have a level 2 gun. It is going to go down, and Bati as well, so that's going to be no demo. And Rafame Paul Dog are going to go down. Mopsy gets another kill, already out-fragging most of the classes here. but it's not going to matter as Froyo get a quick first round on the board.
Yeah, they heard me. They heard me talking about how they're not looking strong, and they said, "No, Shears, we're going to disprove that." We're rolling out to our second mid here. I'm going to be on the Vatican for a little bit. Looks like they're rolling out Valley again. We'll see where they go. First sticking the choke, trying to get some damage on these scouts. Sees Banny, gets some good damage on him, but here come the soldiers again.
Oh, the soldier boy!
Great serve from Mopsy, once again living on single-digit health, but they are stuck in their own valley again, and Banny's going to take full advantage of that and lock them out of this mid-fight.
Good survivability there from Mopsy. Did essentially get bombed by two soldiers. One basically was on top of their head, but is still gonna survive. So they're gonna be 3D here is gonna be able to hold set onto second for a little bit. Sin is gonna try to go for a second attempt, but not gonna find anything off of it. And looks like we're gonna see a possible counter stack. We do see Walrex pressuring a whole lot. Paul Dog is actually all the way up towards Valley as well. It's gonna be bombed, so that's gonna be a little bit. I heard a Sandman connect.
Yeah, I think one of these
Valley.
scouts is running dedicated sandbag. Soldier in from Froyo, and it looks like you do have a pause.
I want you to look at Paul Dog and Donovan, because this air shot, impending doom.
It's a real Dragon Ball Z moment right here. Okay, a little bird in my ear is telling me that Banny was having some ping issues in scrims before pregame, so this may be related to that. In the meantime, I want to talk about that mid fight a little more, because I think that was really fascinating. Because Froyo lost a soldier, and 3D3M was still 6 up, so they won the mid 5v6 purely off of like damage and positioning, which I don't think I've ever seen before at this level, frankly.
It's it definitely, you just saw the instant recognition. While we did see Sin go down there, the damage being done in Valley and kind of keeping everyone there. Mopsy was too afraid to actually push out in fear of their own life just being lost, and Banny just with the good awareness there just started sticking up, started throwing a bunch of projectiles into Valley, understanding if one of these hits, it's going to do collateral damage. It's going to do a lot of damage, and that's going to be spent time healing. And that's going to allow everyone from the side of Froyo just to get onto point. And you just have to concede at that point. Cut your losses, say, hey, we didn't all wipe at mid, so we're not at last, but we can't contest mid at the current moment. So let's take our chances holding second, because at that point, you actually get to play a little bit more. You are on the defensive, but you're not. It's not do or die just yet.
Yeah, and it was. I want to be clear that 3D3M definitely made the right decision, because all of them were hurt, and like you try to run through a carpet of stickies, you're gonna get taken on a magic carpet ride in a not fun way. So definitely the right choice to just stay and hold second here. So I think Nooch, sorry, that's Rikuso's RGL aliases, which we're using for our config. I think Rikuso is dead right now somehow. Forgot how that happened. Got a soldier bombing in. I'm looking at the positions of the players on our screen right now, trying to predict what's going to happen next.
Right now, Froyo definitely does seem like in a pretty good driver's seat. You do see Banny already crossed through the choke. May and Sandblast already lagging maybe 1 second behind Banny. We do see Yum Yum getting good position, understanding that there's no one in front of forward spawn. Sin is clearing out Cafe here, and everyone right here. Mopsy doesn't even have the medigun out, so it definitely is an opportunity.
Oh, here we go.
But ooh, Paul Dog actually does manage to kill Donovan right there. Everyone's gonna be stuck here. Walrex and Rafam are both gonna go down here trying to contest Cafe, and they're just gonna have to give up second here. But you know, you lost 2, but looks like Froyo are actually wanting to take this. We do see Sandblast already at last, poking and prodding his head all around, wanting to
So
push
much space
everything.
for free.
Sin doing a really nice job, just bombing in. Does go down, but oh, we do see lots of trades here, so this actually could turn around.
Yeah, Froyo, excellent aggression from them there. Exerting a lot of pressure at the top left, but wisely backing out. And here comes the counter aggression from 3D3M. They're out onto second with their whole combo. Soldiers bombing in, making plays. Walks trying to get the second rocket off, but won't get the force. And that's going to signal 3DM to recoil back into their lobby. Froyo taking an aggressive Uber into them in Shutter. Mopsy having to flash, so it should even out. Vati low in the post Uber. This could be an issue.
Oh,
and
no.
does get caught out. Froyo flooding forward off that, running into the 3D3M combo, and Mopsy dead as well. This is going to collapse here.
Yeah, that's just the standard Froyo collapse there. Honestly, really well played in the post-Uber fight. You did see Vati actually just trying to jump out, but unfortunately they ended up bonking their noggin on the ceiling, and it was kind of all over from there. You know, Mopsy did go down there, fortunately. So that's going to be 2 quick rounds for Froyo as we have 25 minutes left on this match.
Yeah, Vadi taking an aggressive rollout, which allowed him to... He's still shutting down the Froyo combo, but does get punished for it eventually. Never got heals there, and Mopsy dies as well. Bulldog trying to get a salvage in, but will get shut down by Banny, and it's just the last couple of members of 3D3M trickling in. Froyo Donovan all the way at spawn. He's going to spawn camp somebody.
I actually do love the way how Froyo played that mid. They got the Mopsy pick relatively early, and understanding that, you know, 3D was just gonna just gonna do a free sack wave onto Mei. They just played in Cafe, defending Mei as much as possible, putting as many bodies, just making sure, hey, if anything happens, they have to get through a soldier and a scout in a tight choke point. As they do push into the second, this is going to be full Uber advantage. Bulldog is going to go down. They're taking the swords lower. They have nothing set up. Sandblast is already running in. They basically got on the point by the time they had to use. This is going to be a fantastic Uber, but no damage or frags have been done. Oh, we actually do see Yum Yum go down. Walrex finally goes down, but not before we do see a Red Scout taking down down 2 people, and this is not looking like a pretty Uber for Froyo. Everything was there, but the dominoes does not fall in place.
Yeah, exactly, Fleskore, and now it'll be 3M's turn to push, perhaps. They are down a player, but they are coming up on 50% Uber advantage. Taking a scrappy fight in lobby, both parties will back off and heal up. Oh, Rakuso just now spawning. That late death hurts so much. Froyo already up to 80%. We'll see if looks like they are electing to take it still. Both players really low at the start of this Uber though, and it's not going to get anything. Froyo comes back in with their Uber of their own. Vati isolated, 3 health, dead. Banny, 2 kills. It's a destruction from Froyo.
It's a massacre.
I
It's all up to
agree.
Rakuso and Bulldog, and they couldn't find anything. Bulldog did get the consolation frag onto Banny, but that's not going to matter as Froyo does go up 3-0 on the board already. 22 minutes left. That's 3 rounds in less than 8 minutes.
Oh my god. Let's see if Vati does this fast rollout again. Nope, he's going Valley. I'm going to watch the Froyo soldiers on this mid. They've been an important part of initiating so far. Here comes Sin.
Oh, they just bombed directly into Mopsy. Mopsy was left alone at choke, and that was it. That's the mid. Dude, honestly, the way how Mopsy being a little bit too afraid, being a little bit too passive there, and the fact that Froyo noticed that, and they noticed the fact that, like, okay, they're kind of hanging back where they know we've been targeting their med all way too much, so we're just gonna do it even harder. Double bombing their soldiers into the enemy's choke just to kill 1 player, and then it was just a big collapse from there. So it's gonna be full Uber advantage getting into last.
Yeah, and I have to ask, where were the 3D3M scouts there? The soldiers bombed into med and demo on 3D3M, and maybe I missed them. Anyway, here comes Froy with their full Uber advantage once again, using in through top right. Banny locking down doors, catches out Mopsy. Actually, that's a big pick. Heavy stuck in spawn. Everyone's stuck in spawn. They're just
No
going to
cap
clean this
time.
up again.
It took a little bit of while to get the cap time, but that's going to be 4-0. That's again 4 clean rounds. It didn't necessarily seem that 3D was ever putting up a fight. They did put up some nice holds onto second, but just these collapses right now have just been going really well. Ooh.
What our producer said something about Sandblast, but I missed what happened. Sandblast taunting, faking the pyro in spawn, but will roll out on scout. Mopsy low once again, crushed in Valley.
Oh my
They do
god.
they do trade out both soldiers though. Here comes the counter aggression. We'll see if 3DM can make anything out of this. Rakusa trades with Yum Yum. Still pressing forward on 3M, but Sandblast shutting down that aggression.
We also did see some disrespect in the chat. Right now, Banny currently has 200, well over 200 ping for the entire mid fight, and still managed to survive and also to output a lot of damage. So it's not looking too pretty for 3D. They're just kind of getting steamrolled, not having a whole lot of options. Mopsy right now seems to be the I don't want to say the weakest link, but just like it's the wound that's bleeding the hardest at this point, and every single mid. We do see a little bit of a desperation play. They actually are just pushing straight from dungeon, trying to get something. That's gonna be both soldiers actually, but that's gonna be 3 traded out. Mopsy's also gonna go down. That's gonna be Vati as well. Second
They
isn't
haven't
even
capped
gonna be
second.
capped yet.
Both of the 3D3M scouts are on second, and this may actually save the round for now.
It might buy them a little bit of time, but I think this death certificate at this point is already signed off.
Sandblast just 3-shotting Rakuso. Raphaim does get the pick on
Oh,
May
May
though.
goes down. Oh, that's a lifesaver. That is the play that needed to happen right there. That is the only way that 3D was actually had a chance and possibly even contesting second, let alone staying in this map just yet.
Yeah, we'll see if they can ride that momentum back into this game, because otherwise they are down and out here. Oh, May spawning on crits. It's not going to be... I don't think they'll have it in time for the Uber of 3D3M, but we'll see how 3D3M elects to play this. It might be a surprise for them.
It should be. It should necessarily be really interesting. I definitely want to see how 3D take this Uber. I want to know if they want to be aggressive with it. Considering they're at 90 right now and they're barely rolling out, it might be a little bit too late. May's already
here
at
they
80. By the time this Uber's done, if they don't get May here, that's going to be a counter crit being popped, and they're not finding any frags at all. Froyo is doing really
I'm on the
well.
Banny cam. Oh, it's on the scout though. It's on Sandblast.
Oh, Sandblast gets 2 kills, currently on an 8k. Donovan's gonna getting Vati. Rakuso actually does manage to cap second, so buying a little bit of time right before the final coffin's being done. Paul Dog is the last one alive, and that's gonna be nothing. That's gonna be a full wipe for 3D as everyone heads into last. They're done playing with their food. They want to end this match right now. Mopsy's gonna go down. Sandblast is on a 10k. And that's it. That's GG's.
Oh my god. An absolutely dominant showing from froyotech there. Looking like froyotech from a couple seasons ago. I thought they were looking a little weak, but showing that yes, they do belong in top invite still tonight.
Yeah, this is the type of froyotech that we used to see for many years since 2015. You know, it would be like, okay, let's see how many rounds you can take off of froyotech. Let's see how long you could last. It was never a question of can you beat them. It was always how long would you last. And
Yeah.
so again, that just a dominant match. everyone doing well. Sandblast just kind of popping off, getting like again. Froyo just looked like a well-oiled machine. They played well off of each other. Their mids were fantastic. I love the way how they used and incorporated space, and just constantly the threat of the double bombs from both Sin was. Uh, c- Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm just completely blanking right now. Considering I
The
literally can't.
Donovan is the other soldier, if you're trying to
Yeah,
remember that.
yeah. Sin and Donovan just playing both. There's just the soldier role at mid really well. Was honestly fantastic. Just absolutely,
Their coordination was so good. Yeah. Like every time it's either neither of them are bombing or they're both landing on your combo simultaneously. That level of coordination is really top tier, and it's a big reason why they were winning these mids. I agree.
Yeah, and 3D unfortunately just didn't necessarily have an option, like an answer for it. We did see a little bit more passive play. We saw a little bit more aggressive play, but in the aggressive plays, Froyo would just out DM. In the passive plays, Froyo would just say, "Hey, you're not taking up the space. We're going to take it for you," and then you're just going to get bullied out of mid.
All right, it sounds like we will be getting an interview from one of the Froyo players or more shortly. Uh, in the meantime, do we have logs available? All right, not on stream, but we can pull them up. One moment.
Currently checking this out. Banny hitting the fat 306 DPM, only having one death the entire
Oh my
game.
god. That's
Sandblast as well. Oh my goodness.
gotcha. And we're gonna interview some members of Froyo.
I want to thank God for this win.
Hello. You are
Hey.
live.
Hi. What's up?
Welcome,
Yo.
Froyo. Congrats on the win. That was a fast one. How are you feeling right now?
Feeling good, man.
Yeah.
Good.
It was a solid win. GG.
Yeah, it was good.
So
Do you guys expect this to be a roll? Or were you guys confident going into this match?
Yeah, I was confident. Yeah.
We haven't really played them much, and from what I've seen, they've been pretty strong against most other teams. So we were definitely going in, respecting them, but playing confident, I would say. Today has been overall a pretty strong day for us. So, our scrims went well and all that. So we went in quite confident, I'd say.
yeah, that crits call at the end in particular was definitely a confidence play because
Was
with
the one
ad
Valley?
yeah, because with the ad situation like it was, you were at disad even with crits. So did you anticipate them using out through there and kiting and then coming back in with the crits? What was the thought process behind that?
Me and May were sitting Valley and we're like, all right, they're probably gonna pop through low right because I've done it twice now. And then I said you're gonna crits me instead of Banny because I need to get the 6th dom. And then I killed Moppy. And then I ran over to their spawn and Moppy came up sniper and just gave me a gift from the heavens and gave me the 6th dom.
Oh, I didn't even notice you got the 6th dom. The only thing I noticed that you had a 10k, but damn.
Yeah, I needed the 6th dom.
Yeah, I've got a question from the chat. Did you make any adjustments to your team play overall or approach to the game after the close match yesterday against the Covenant?
Dude, the ball is goated. I'll just say that.
I don't know. I think the match against the Covenant, the jokes aside now, because we just didn't have good mids. That's what our team fights were a lot better after the mids. So, when we actually got to play the game, we just had really bad mids. That's it. And a Metalworks is a map where if you get wiped, that blast is pretty tough to hold. It's hard. It's pretty easy to cap blast. You can do a pretty good job sectioning off the enemies, and they did that. They did a really good job. They had just 3 really good rounds. That's it. Scratch was playing good that night. That's pretty much it. I mean, if Scratch played like a little bit worse on the mids, we probably would have been able to win some of the mids. But once we like paused the game, we're like, all right, dude, we just need to start doing our game, and we started just upping the pace, and it started working out. But I didn't think we really adjusted anything. No, I mean, this map we didn't really play against this team. I mean, we like scrimmed them like twice in preseason, but individually, some of these players are like really talented. Like obviously, like Rakuso. I think Vadi's playing amazing this season, and Raf is definitely an up and comer. I just think their biggest flaw is they see the game 2-dimensional sometimes, especially from like their combo scope. Like Raf is good, it's just that he's pretty exploitable a lot of the time.
So you think there's like maybe not enough like nuance in their experience informing their decisions?
Yeah, I think that like, they're just lacking some experience. I mean, obviously Rakuso has it, Vadi's a veteran, Paul Dog's been playing a while, Mopsy's been an Invite mainstay for like the past 3 or 4 seasons. It's just that I think their combo needs to. I just think Raf needs to see the game a little bit more, like little bit more from other people's point of view. Like when he's playing, try his best to involve everyone. I struggled with that in the beginning of the season and preseason. I was kind of doing what I was normally known to do, just play stupid aggressive, and it's been a little bit of a challenge to switch my whole play style, but it's been working.
All right, I've got another question from the chat. This one's for Banny. What was the biggest struggle for you calling wise since switching to demo?
The biggest struggle is that I'm not really capable of getting the same level of like information myself. On Scout, I'm able to peek and like kind of have the full lay of the land before every push, pretty much. Whereas on demo, I'm a lot of times getting information secondhand. So making calls based off that is really hard, and Demo Man isn't as fast as Scout at like rotating around like moment by moment. So I have to I have to trust a lot more in, or like kind of pass off that like moment by moment calling a lot more often for our scouts,
and be able to like take in the information your teammates are feeding you, because it's a lot more dangerous for you to like peek yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if I was trying to get, well, sometimes I still kind of do it. I do have some scout tendencies still, I suppose. But I feel like I mostly know my limits. So I feel like I should be able to peek as much as I do and have a scout with me who would be doing what I would be doing if I was on scout. But obviously, Yum Yum and Sandblast, they don't play exactly like I did. So that has been something that we've been trying to resolve, is like me doing a better job of like not assuming that our scouts will be there, but instead kind of like learning that coordination to just make sure we're covering each other and all that kind of stuff.
I just suck ass. Eventually I'll become a goat.
Yum Yum, you mentioned running the ball. Is that something you do full time now?
Sure. Why not?
No, it is not.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
I heard it. I heard it during the match, and I was like, "What the hell was that? Like, who the hell is running the ball right
Dude,
now?"
it worked. That thing works. I'm gonna get that thing banned.
It secured us 2 kills on Rakusa.
Yeah, no, I heard it, and the only reason I heard it was not because I heard you swing it, is I heard it connect, and then I just saw someone die.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna get that thing banned. I think it's busted.
I think Sandblast accidentally equipped it in pregame, and then Yum Yum's like, "Oh, I'll try that in the match."
I didn't. It all started with Paul Dog.
Yeah, Paul Dog to thank for that.
Yeah, it's all Paul Dog's fault. Okay.
Oh, did he have it?
He had it in pregame, and then we were balling each other. I was catching his balls. He was catching my balls. We were exchanging balls.
Pause.
You were balling, basically.
Dude, my balls were in my hand. I was balling. I was giving him my balls. It was crazy. It never ended.
I had a little bit of a question for Banny. I noticed that you had ping issues during the match. Did that affect anything, or did you just kind of roll with it?
It was unfortunate timing that like our scrims went perfectly fine. The moment our scrim ended, my ping started spiking. I restarted my internet and managed to play the first 2 rounds without any issue, and then pretty much played the rest of the match with 120 plus ping. I mean, it worked. I still managed to get a decent number of kills and damage, surprisingly. But it was maybe a little bit of a gamble to continue playing while lagging, but I feel like our team was doing well enough that I didn't want to derail things, and Sandblast was offering to play demo, and I definitely didn't want that to happen, so...
Bro. Yeah, I offered too.
What? My demo would have feasted.
I don't necessarily.
I got nothing.
Well, maybe we'll see that next week. But until next time, thank you for the interview, Froyo, and we're gonna hop back into the other channel, I think.
Okay.
Nice.
Would you like to do
big
some
dogs.
shout outs first?
Shout out to
sure.
Leonard. Yeah, just him. Thanks.
Yeah, shout out to Soapy the big dog. Shout out to the Boys Night gang. Shout out to Skis, my mentor. And yeah, that's it.
Shout out to the team for playing well. GG's to the 3D, 3M, and thank you guys for putting on the stream. Hopefully, more good games to come.
No problem.
Later.
Yeah, peace.
Peace out.
All right. Wonderful interview there with the 3 members of the Froyo roster. And a very fast match tonight from us at Fireside. Make sure you get your servers from our provider, Swifty. They've got some great servers for you. Everything set up for you at the start. Yeah.
I think that's it for us. Thank you everyone for visiting. I was Fleskore. Joining me here was Shears. As always, we always had the wonderful, most handsome Dr. Underscore on production. And I think that's it for us. So have a good
You got
night.
any shout outs?
No, not at all.
All right, me neither. We'll see you later.